Hey there. So this is my craft room, aka living room. We have a bonus room and a big sunroom that we use all the time. We never use this, so I confiscated it. Yep, called it mine. So anyway, I'm going to take you on a little tour. I love seeing these things because I get ideas and I feel like I can utilize some of the things that I see to make my stuff more organized. So I'm constantly watching these things because they're pretty interesting. So this is all my alcohol inks. This is a bookshelf my dad made. And there's some acrylic stuff. There's my big guy. He usually sits on the table when I'm not working, but my granddaughter was working today. So this is how I've got my stuff. And I've got these acrylic things. They're in my Amazon store and they are awesome. Look how much they hold. I've got 3. So yeah, they fit perfect through here. I don't know how many they hold. You can always pause it and count. There's some of my marabous, the little cone hats. Got my Tim Holtz and Pinata. This is where I'm starting my collection of my 4-ouncers because I am not buying those little ones again. Other than the initial little thing. There's my sprays. So yeah, that's my inks. Now, here's where I've got my stuff connected. I've got my big light. Has a magnifier in it. Too awesome, but I love it. It's a bright color. I've got these lamps. I've got a number of them, and I put the natural light, the 6500K bulbs, with the blue spectrum part in it, and it's just that white light. It is not a yellowy light, so I love that. So anyway, there's my tripod, or whatever you want to call it, to hold my phone. Now here are my acrylics. So I've got some jars up there with some stuff. There's some more alcohol inks. And there's my acrylics. Got a ruler. There's my heat gun. There's my Revlon blower. There's my... Okay, I've been playing. So this is a... rice bag. But there's my cozy for some Polish pottery soup bowls. I've been playing trying to design that. All right. Brushes. There's my Tim Holtz mat. My little trash bale. Those make it so much to stay neater instead of just setting stuff around. Now I'm transferring into my sewing area. I've got my Janome. And this is Elna Serger. And I've got a Singer, and I've got another little bitty Singer back there. It's a little cheapo, so I don't use it often. But yeah, this is where I sew. Then this is where I giggle. Love all my dies that I cut out for my cards. All kinds of stuff. Now this is one of those project boards that flap, so they have a bendable area here and here, and so this will flap in, but I just bought sheets of magnet, and so I can display them, so I don't have to fumble through all these envelopes and all this stuff, because I had it on in this little art bin. And as cool as that is, it was annoying. I could not find anything. So this way I can glance and very quickly put an idea together. So I got all my leaves together, my trees, flowers, all that stuff together. And this is where I assemble my cards. I have my glue, I have my tweezers, all kinds of stuff. So I'll sit here and assemble all my cards here. On a hospital table, since we don't need it anymore for for hospital stuff. Yeah, we had a bed for my mom, and my dad used it a lot. Since we don't have that need, I've transferred it to hold my Cricut, and I can roll it into the computer room and do my projects and be right there with it. All right, this is where, look at this. Is this insane? I mean, I can't do anything small. I have to, like, overdo it. But anyway, love this thing. It's wood, or pressed wood, but whatever it is, it's very sturdy. So absolutely love it. I have to the left is my paper. I think it's maybe 65 pounds. It's thicker than copy paper, but not as thick as cardstock. On my left here, or no. On the right here is my cardstock. That is the 65 pound. So this is more of the 110 pound. And that's actually what I do my card base out of. Got odds and ends under that shelf. And this shelf is really cool. I got it at Lowe's. And with the rollers, see, it's got the rollers on it. And underneath there is the plastic linings to go on the shelves where things won't fall through. But with all that, maybe $100, I bought 2 of them. I got one downstairs on all my paints. I love it. And you can adjust where you want your shelves. So I've made a working area here where I don't bang my head. And I've got my Sussex big kick. I got my guillotine cutter, and you can buy all this little fun stuff here to hang things on. Those pink clips there, I got at like a Dollar Tree. I should have bought like 5 or 6 bundles of them. So anyway, there's the hooks. Now those green hooks came off of my tray. I'll show that in a minute. It's got all my watercolors on it. But I've started hanging things on this and realized, you know, don't put things down on the base for storage. Hang them up. So yeah, and it's got some of these bins. And I've also got a pegboard, and I've got some of them in there. And there's all my envelopes. There's my camera. See if anybody's breaking in my doors. Cards. I've got everything labeled so I can quickly go to it. And I've got all my embossing stuff together in that yellow pail. So when I'm embossing, I don't have to get 1 or 2 things out and put 1 or 2 things back. I just take the whole thing, use what I need, pack it back up, and slide it in. Makes it a ton easier. Yes, I'm going to do something fun with that violin. I just hadn't done it yet. I hydro dipped one, and I did something wrong. I put epoxy on it. You don't do that. You can't do it. So I'm going to try something again. But there's my A6 envelopes, which are 4x6s. And this one's got odd and end envelopes in it. My business cards. And there's my A10, which is long. They're like for 9x4 cards. My thank you cards. I take some of my scraps, because when I cut a card out, I've got a 2.5x9 strip. I fold it. I splatter paint on it. I do fun stuff. And then I make that my thank you card. So I put all of them in there. So I just reach in and grab what I need. And there's my base cards for the 4x6s and the 9x4s. I cut a bunch of them at a time, so I just grab it and go. And here I've got all my little, in the white basket and the clear is the cellophane that I put my cards in, or I put the cuttings, because I will cut sentiments out and sell them. And I'll put those in the little bitty ones, and that's that. There's my vinyl. We've just started doing some t-shirts and stuff out of the Cricut, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this has to be probably my favorite part of my setup. That right there. It's huge, and it rolls around, and so you're not stuck. Now this little guy, I like it, but I wish it was more sturdy. I don't know how to make it more sturdy, but I wish it was. The drawers, they do fine. I mean, for what I'm using it for, they really do fine, but I would have not bought this had I realized it wasn't as sturdy as I needed. It needs almost like another brace to square it up. If it was squared up, it'd be perfect. So, you know, that's that. But what I have in here is all my scraps. So I've got my scraps. I've got them colored, coded. And so if I pull out, here's cards. There's there's alcohol ink stuff. Everything purple is in here. And that way, if I need something, there it is. And, you know, I keep postcards. People that send all these advertisements on these hard cards, I'll use that right there for something. So, yeah, keep all that stuff. It's amazing. These are some clippings from vinyl, iron-on vinyls. I can cut those, put them on cards, put them on shirts, do all kinds of stuff. This is also where I have my shipping envelopes, my poly bags, and my manila. There's some more cards, some stickers, and I've just kind of tried to stuff that in there. Kind of categorize my stuff. This is tapes, different double-sided. This is where I keep my stamps and all my ink in that one. This one is more stamps and more cutout punches. So that's that little guy. And here, this is one of the displays out of my salon I brought home. We don't use it anymore. But it's a nice shelf. Again, on rollers. I love everything on rollers. And these are just some drawers that I got. So I've tried to label them and put things in. I've got a lot of empty drawers that I'm sure eventually I will fill up. Now here is a double station here. This is my drying station. And when I'm not drying cards, it's my packing station. So let me show you that. I love that little rhinestoney thing. It makes it so fun. Okay, so here's my double-sided tape. And when I need to wrap something, whether it's a picture or something that I've sewn, this is where I wrap it. And that just kind of stays that. I buy the tissue in bulk, which is the way you need to buy stuff. It's just so much cost effective. Up there, I've got some more bags. I got my tape. There's my girls that model my headbands. And here's all my markers. And just that top part opens. Whoop, it don't stay open. So anyway, these things I got from an office supply. And they are really cool. Let me see if I can pull one out without destroying everything. There we go. Okay. It's hard to see what I'm doing and look through the camera. But anyway, they clip together. And you can either set them up like this and use them. Or you can stack them like this. And color code your markers. It's really cool. Here's some more markers. But yeah, that's it. And I love those little shelves. And it's really fit perfect in here. And then I've got some more drawers. This is my drawer of when I make a bunch of cards and I need to glue them together, but I don't want them just sitting out loose and getting thrown away. So, or, you know, messed up. So I open the card and put all the pieces in it and put it there. When I'm done with things and I need to take pictures of them, there's my take photo. And there's my tools. Just, hey, what are you doing? Rascal. Okay. My big tape there, and I've got my label maker that I make all my little labels out of, and there's receipts from sales. So that is that little corner. And here is my cutting fabric, drying station, and ironing station. So this is where, if I'm like this picture here, I'm having to get it ready to go because it sold. While I'm happy, I'm sad. I guess that's the thing artists do. But my next coat is this UV resin, or not resin, but resistant clear. So I'm going to spray that and bring it back and let it dry right here. But this is where I cut. I have scraps because I can cut things out of scraps and use on cards. or filler or something. Isn't that cute? I was playing around with a shirt. Yeah, the things that crack me up. Anyway, so here's my pegboard. I did not think I would love it this much, but oh my goodness, it is absolutely awesome. And I got all these attachments, again at Lowe's. There's some more things for those glasses. There's some glasses, how they set up. And yeah, I just keep things I use all the time right there so I don't have to mess with them a lot. And there's my t-shirt thing. So if we're lining up something to iron on a t-shirt, we can line it up that way. There's all my rulers, my iron. Here's my press for my Cricut. Here's the pad that goes with it, but I just absolutely love this wool one. Yeah, I love the wool. So I iron on it, and this is a ginormous cedar chest that when my parents bought it, I quickly said, put my name on the back of that. So I want it. I got it. So it's gigantic. You could put people in there. That was sad. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, yeah, so there it is. That's it. But we're not done. That's just what's in that room. After I tried to put everything in, I still have my watercolor to go. So there's my thing with the watercolor. Now all those blue hooks I told you about come off of that. And so that's got my watercolor, my Bombay inks, because you can use them like watercolors. My paper and my palette that I use. Tessa's been coloring, so there's her paints. So that is it. This is where I spend the happy minutes of my day. This room right here. So thanks for letting me show you some hints and maybe some things you can use. There's a lot I didn't cover. There's a lot of things that are kind of self-explanatory, drawers, you know, but I stick everything up under the tables too. So my tables don't have a lot of knee room because there are so much stuff under them. There's iron, some more polyfill, my bath bombs. For some reason, I thought they were a good idea. Candles, don't know why that's sitting there. Anyway, this is it. But this right here is my #1 spot. And this is Rascal. Hi, Rascal. You gonna say hi? There you go. That's all we're gonna get. All right. Thanks for hanging with me. And y'all go have fun.